party is being broadcasted. Alright, so here's the fun bit. We're going to do this demonstration once for John and for everybody else so that I don't have to do it 600 times. One of the most important things when you're playing Monster Hunter is how to pack your bag properly. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to put all this stuff away and we're going to pack our bag for the first time correctly. So, when you're packing your bag, you're going to start off with an empty pouch on like an empty slot. What you can also do to make sure that your slots are empty is the screen's going to look a little bit like this. You hit the start button. When you want to make an item preset, the first thing you do is go into manage items. You're going to hit the start button to look at your item loadouts. If you haven't saved any before, it's going to look like this, where it's just going to be like loadout 1 and there's a bunch of blank slots. So you start with any blank slot. Like you start at slot number 1. You have nothing there, so you just hit the B button to back up. You're going to fill this thing with all the stuff you want to take on every mission that you go on, regardless of what you're fighting. You're going to make a basic setup, like a basic melee setup. So, for my basic melee setup, I have 10 potions, 10 mega potions, 5 herbal medicines, 2 max potions, 1 shock trap, 8 trank bombs, 1 pitfall, 3 life powder, and that's the first row. The rest of this stuff is stuff you may or may not have depending on how far you've gotten in the game. And the only thing I can tell you that is difficult to come by is these 4 items here in the left-hand corner. These are the power charm and armor charm. You don't get these until the early part of high rank. So if you're playing in low rank right now, these might not be available to you, but they'll show up in the shop later. So when you buy a power charm, you can combine it with a Basilgeist Talon to make a power Talon, and then you can put that in your bag, and then you can buy a second power charm, put that back in your bag too. The point of these 4 items here is that they give you baseline stat increases that become very important later on. The power charm gives you attack up small, and the armor charm gives you defense up small. The Talon gives you attack up medium, and the armor Talon gives you defense up medium. So you have a small and a medium together gives you attack and defense up large. These are absolutely vital to your survivability for late game play. It's gonna factor out to like just not taking. It's the difference between taking a hit and almost dying versus taking a hit and absolutely dying. So, you need to make these later. So, like I said, if you can't make them now, don't freak out, don't panic, but leave a spot. Leave a spot open because you're going to get them later. The 10 potions and mega potions, everybody can make those. Herbal medicine, you can make now. You just might not realize that you can. It's a faster way to drink antidotes. You make it by combining your antidote with Bitterbug. Instead of it being a 7-second animation to drink the antidote, herbal medicine is a pill. So you put it in your mouth, you crush it, and you're instantly cured of poison. And it gives you a little bit of health back too, so it has a bonus benefit there. Max potions are just you need to have those just in case. They're a fast way to extend your health bar out to the maximum 150 length. But they're also handy in a situation where you just take a really bad hit and you need to get back in the fight quickly, because again, it's a pill. So as soon as you chomp it, boom, life bar's full. The traps and tranks, these are just things I carry because I don't fight fair. There's no reason that I shouldn't have traps on me if a monster can be trapped. If you don't plan to take it home, that's fine, but you should always have the ability to beat the crap out of it and just hold it still for a while. I bring life powder because I tend to play with my teammates, and my teammates make mistakes. People get poisoned or they get trampled. It's a good thing to have because it lets you heal everyone in the group from a distance. So like if you see one of your buddies get steamrolled into a corner and their health gets kind of low, or if they're poisoned and they might not have enough time to get up and heal themselves, You know, you toss a life powder in the air real fast, and you can give them that extra. You can give them that extra couple seconds to get their face together, so they don't die. You know, the most important thing is preventing foolish deaths, because there's some you can't do anything about. We can prevent the silly ones by helping each other. The demon drug and armor skin, these are basic things you can make too. You need might seeds. You can get these in low rank, but I wouldn't say not to use them. You can get armor skins and demon drugs in low rank by combining might seeds with a catalyst. And a catalyst is a honey combined with a bitter bug to make a catalyst. And then that catalyst combines with a might seed to make a demon drug, or you combine the catalyst with an armor skin to make an armor skin. These, again, increase your baseline attack and defense, which is just going to help you. It helps you fight better and survive longer, respectively. These are just good utility things to have on you. You only need, and they last the entire mission. So if you drink it when you first land, you don't have to mess with it again for the rest of the mission until you die. So if you were to die, you'd go back to camp and just get another one, and you'd be good to go. Flash pods, you should always carry flash pods on you. There's almost no monster in the game, with like 2 exceptions, can't be blinded to make your fight a little easier. Especially against anything that flies, can be blinded. Knock them down. Don't fight fair. Ever. Cool drinks, when you make it to the Elder Recess, it's the only place you really need cool drinks so far. So it's not something you need to carry in low rank, but it is something that I like to just have in my bag, because I don't know when I'm going to end up in the Elder Recess, and I don't like having to remember to get them. It's just easier to carry them all the time. Bombs, I always carry on me, because again, you don't know when my cat is going to put something to sleep, or the Gajalaka that are running around the area will put the monster to sleep in the middle of my fight. Or one of my teammates will, they'll have sleep weapons. We don't know when a monster is going to pass out, so you always want to carry bombs just in case it happens. So you can make large barrel bombs. You can buy large barrel bombs if you're like, the richest man in the world. But you can make them by combining a gunpowder and an empty barrel to make a large bomb. And then if you have the Devil's Blight mushroom. Devil's Blight is what you use to combine with a large barrel bomb to make a mega barrel bomb. If possible, you want to carry the big boy bombs on you, the mega barrels, because they do the most damage. It's just good economics. I carry 5 pieces of honey as my emergency crafting honey, because if I get hit and it's not that bad, I'm not going to heal myself until I think it's enough damage to warrant using a mega potion. So that I can, when I run out of megas, I will take those 5 honey and I will combine them with my 10 potions, and I'll get 5 extra megas out of that. Hopefully, I'll have found some honey just around the map too. So maybe I'll have more than 5. I might have 8, 7, whatever I've been able to find. But so you keep 5 crafting honey on you to use with the potion, and then I always have some dung pods. You put a couple dung pods in your pocket just in case you find a monster that you don't want to fight. You're trying to chase one guy and Basil guy shows up. No, you can hit him with the dung pod, get rid of him, keep the fight one-on-one, unless you want it to not be. It's always better to control how the fight's going, especially if it starts to get out of hand. You can just start throwing dung pods at somebody to get rid of the guy that you want to move on. I carry extra flash bugs because you can craft flash bugs into more flash pods. So by carrying 10 flash bugs, I basically have 13 flash pods. I can keep stuff blind the entire match. A lot of people don't do this, and really more people should, because the the more blind a monster is, the easier it is to fight him. The more control we have over it. And the last thing that I carry for my melee sets are just 5 rations. You'll never need to use all 5 rations to control your stamina. To keep your stamina topped off, but I carry 5 in case my friends run out, somebody doesn't have one. You always have extra to pass out in case you need to. This is the basic melee setup that I use. This is where all my other sets are built from, plus or minus other things, but everything starts from this setup. Now, once you've got everything in your item pouch that you want to take with you, the way that you make an item set is you hit your start button. On Xbox, it looks like the 3 little lines. On PlayStation, I want to say it's an actual, the play button. You hit your start button, and it's going to put you back on this menu, the loadout screen. You go to the loadout where you want to save it. If you haven't made any, this will look like this. Remember, there's this blank scene says Y to save item loadout. That's what you're going to hit. You're going to hit the Y button. It's going to say save item loadout in this slot. You tell it yes, I want to save it there. Boom, it saves it there. All the stuff will start appearing on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, what I like to do is name the slots for the things that I'm using. That's why you see I have like base melee, Elder Dragon sets, and then I have different sets for my different guns. Because ranged players are going to use item sets a lot because we have different guns need different bullets. So my Jagras heavy shotgun uses that one. My Toby Kadachi heavy gun has that set up. So if you're building one for a gun, it looks a little bit different. So let's change to a firearm. All right, so now we got our Gluttonous Fang Cannon on. When you're building an item set for a firearm, it starts off the same way. First, you build the top part. So you leave all that stuff pretty much where it is. And then for the ammo coatings, you want to put the right bullets with the right gun. So we've equipped our Gluttonous Fang Cannon. So now we can actually see which bullets our Fang Cannon can use, because when you scroll through them, they'll be the ones that don't have X's. So it can use normal level 2, so we want to grab 99 of that. It can use Pierce 1, grab 60 of that. Just take the maximum of whatever your gun can hold. So it takes spread 1, spread 2. It doesn't take spread 3, so we skip past that one. It does take sticky 1. And you just go down the line. Go through each and every, you want to get to the point where you own every kind of ammo to make setting up your guns easier. This isn't something you're going to be able to do right away. And, so as they become available in the store, as you learn new crafting recipes, just make sure that you're adding these to your repertoire, even if you only have a few of each kind. You don't have to buy 1,000 of everything. Who use a lot of flame ammo, then sure, buy some if that's what your gun can fire. The Jagras gun doesn't fire any of these elemental things. We don't need any of those. The different elemental bullets. It does do paralysis, so you grab that. It does do trank. Every gun fires trank shot. So this is one thing you'll change for your gun sets too. Because your gun can shoot tranks, you don't need to carry trank bombs. So you can use the right bumper to just store all those. There's no point in having that extra thing in your wheel when the gun can shoot your tranks for you. It's just redundant. And then that's it. So that's everything your gun can carry. So you back out of there, and then you would save it the same way. You hit the start button. You go down to where your Jagras things are. Oh wow, I forgot the exhaust bullets. See, almost got me. Almost got me. Boom. And I got our exhaust level 1. Make sure we didn't miss anybody else. Alright, so we're good now. Okay, so now we hit the start button. We go down to where we want to save this one. We're going to save it over top of our old one, but this might be a new one for you. Whichever. Whatever, it's fine. I don't care. There's also another thing I wanted to do. When you have a gun, you also want to be able to make more of the bullet that your gun shoots the most. For the Jagras heavy bowgun, we use a lot of spread 2, which means to make spread level 2, you need to have gunpowder level 2, and it combines with spread level 1, which is the shot that we have here. Now, to make more of that basic shot, we use needleberries. So we're going to take 99 needleberries and a gunpowder level 2 and our spread level 1, and that's going to give us a not infinite supply, but a massive supply of the ammo we actually want to shoot, which is the spread level 2. You'll be field crafting for this, but that's a lesson we'll cover in a different video. How to quickly field craft and not die. So, now that we've got everything we want, we hit our start button, we go down to the slot we want to save it in, we hit the Y button to save the item in this slot, bam, saves it. And as you saw mine overwrite the one that I had, and it corrected it to what I have now. So boom, that's our Jagras heavy setup, and then we hit the start button to rename it, name it whatever you want to, so that you can keep it organized. The most important thing here is organization, so that when you come home from a mission, like let's say we come home from a mission, you just got back to the village, and you decide, like, oh, the team's going out again. So this time I don't want to use a gun. I'm going to quickly change equipment. And you can do the same thing for your gear sets that we just did with items. Same thing for your gear sets. Set yourself up the way that you want with the items that you want. and the decorations that you want too, because this gets saved as part of it. Make sure you have the right decorations for the gear that you're wearing and that you have on the equipment that you want. And then hit the start button and you'll have another list, just like before, empty loadouts. You hit the Y button to save the loadout where you want it, and you hit start to name it. And then bam, you can be like me and have 25 different sets of, just different armor setups for the things that you like to do. So we're going to go and, we used a gun. We're going to put on our critical set. So now we've got our critical set, but you see saving it as a setup saves all the, it saves our different mantles, it saves our charm, all the different gear, and the most important thing is it saves the decorations. So decorations are something that you're going to deal with in high rank, and as a low rank player, this isn't something you have to concern yourself with, but it's something you're going to end up doing because it's a very important part of high rank. One of the things I need to change is, like, I have 2 grinder jewels in here and I actually got a better critical jewel. So I'm going to add that critical boost gem there, and I have to add, not an expert jewel, where is it? A tenderizer jewel that I got from a different hunt. Add that there. So now I have critical boost and I have weakness exploit. So I've changed my stuff around a little bit. So now that I've changed my decorations, I have to go back to equipment and actually save this where it needs to be. Go down to critical meltdown, hit Y, save in slot, bam, dude, now it's done. You see my skills have changed to reflect the decorations that I switched out. So boom, done. Everything is set up there. We're looking good. We're looking hot. And that's pretty much, that's how you do it. Like, by using gear setups, you can cut down the time you spend in the village between hunts, not knowing, what to do, and not refilling your bag. You can quickly refill your items and get ready for the next hunt. That's the end of the lesson. If you have any other questions, just email us. You hit us on Twitch at Team Black Lion, on Twitter at Team Black Lion. You can always visit the channel, twitch.tv/Team Black Lion. Remember, fight, bleed, win.